For Manchester City, the quadruple is still on and, significantly, a neurosis has been laid to rest. Wednesday's second leg of the Champions League quarterfinals, for a time, provided another nervous occasion for Man City, but in the end it prevailed, beating Borussia Dortmund 2-1 on the night and 4-2 on aggregate to reach its first Champions League semifinal since 2016, and its first under Pep Guardiola. Guardiola, for whom this will also be a first semifinal in 5 years, has become a specialist in unexpected Champions League exits, and for a time on Wednesday it looked like he might suffer another one. There was certainly a time toward the end of the first half when he felt the tension. Guardiola, who increasingly sits quietly on the bench during games, patrolled the edge of his technical area, anxiety radiating from his twitchy body language. A second-half Riyad Mahrez penalty followed by a crisp shot from Phil Foden, though, turned the game to set up a semi-final against Paris Saint-Germain, a battle of the sovereign wealth of Abu Dhabi and Qatar. Frequently, particularly recently, Guardiola has seemed his own worst enemy, his determination to avert defeat inviting it in as he complicated matters by selecting an unfamiliar team. He played Ilkay Gundogan on the left against Liverpool in 2018, and he played 2 holding midfielders and a back 3 against Lyon last season, for example. There was none of that here, with Oleksandr Zinchenko's inclusion ahead of Joao Cancelo the only change from the first leg. This was an entirely orthodox lineup, yet familiar patterns soon began to repeat. City began well, holding possession and keeping Dortmund at arm's length. But it was as though knowing 0-0 was enough that it lacked a little cutting edge. There was no thrust and no danger, and suddenly, with its first attack, after quarter of an hour, Dortmund took the lead. Erling Haaland, who had been quiet in the first leg and was only fleetingly involved in the second, held the ball up and laid it back to Mahmoud Dahoud. His shot was blocked, but it fell to Jude Bellingham, who dug the ball out from between his feet and was able to place his shot well enough that Ederson's dive only helped the ball into the top corner. The 17-year-old Bellingham became the youngest English Champions League goalscorer, while only Bojan Krkic, Barcelona, 2008, has scored a goal in the knockout stage at a younger age. Past trauma was almost visibly awakened. Kevin De Bruyne did slam a snap shot against the underside of the bar, but before the break there was also a lot of sideways passing and a lot of flustered efforts. City is a team used to dominating, one that rarely finds itself under pressure and tends not to react well when it is. Of the previous 10 games when it had been behind at half-time, it had drawn 2 and lost 8. Even more striking, in the last 26 years in Premier League away games, City has been behind at half-time 105 times and has won only once, losing 91.